I'm Gene Dragonowski, President and CEO of York Traditions Bank. Let me start by recognizing Mayor Bracey, Commissioners Burns, Riley, and Hoke, and Brownlee Martin from Representative Hill Evans' office. Thanks for coming out to support us today. I'd also like to recognize Kevin Schreiber, President and CEO of the York County Economic Alliance, Ben Shiro, Brokerage Advisor from Rock Commercial Real Estate, and Dylan Bauer, Partner and Development Director for Royal Square Development and Construction. They'll all be speaking this morning. Look around. This is an amazing outpouring of support. We're truly humbled by the relationships that we've forged in the community over the past 15 years. We have incredible fans. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us here this morning to share in our news. The team at York Traditions Bank is extremely pleased to announce plans to renovate and open our first branch in downtown York. We're a regulated industry, so that is subject to customary regulatory approvals, which we expect won't be a problem. The new branch will be located on the first floor of 100-102 North George Street, just across the street to your right. The new location will be more than 2,000 square feet, with the main entrance facing North George Street. This announcement is a continuation of our long-term investments in our beloved community and is a testament to the dedication to our customers and to York City. We signed a lease with the owners, represented by Dylan Bauer of Royal Square. The initial lease is a 15-year term with multiple renewal options thereafter. We plan to be here for a long time. Renovations are anticipated to commence late in 2017, and we expect to be open in the spring of 2018. We look forward to hiring up to 5 new associates in support of this new downtown branch. Many will serve as universal bankers, meaning they will provide elevated services to our clients. It will serve as a hub office for me and many of other senior members to meet with clients, prospects, and community leaders. A residential mortgage originator will also be located at this office. We plan to incorporate digital technology and a state-of-the-art ATM machine. A combination of these technologies, along with a personalized approach, will truly define our value proposition to the downtown community. Today's announcement is an answer to our customers who want easy access to our services conveniently located downtown on their terms and on their time, all while providing exquisite customer service by our best-in-class associates. We're extremely proud to join the other thriving businesses vested in our downtown community. This long-term investment is a necessary part of our continued growth, and it's our hope that our presence will additionally help contribute to the overall well-being of York City. I'd now like to call upon Mike Kochenauer, our board chair and founder, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. Wow, great people and the sound of traffic. It's happening in downtown York. Opening a York City branch has always been a part of our strategic vision. It's so exciting to see it come together on this intersection, and it's going to be a thrill to watch it all really come to life over the next 6 to 9 months. We opened our first branch on October 28, 2002, with a long-term value proposition, which always included downtown. Over the past nearly 15 years, we've opened branches to the south, to the east, to the north, to the west of the city. In 2013, we created our administrative headquarters at Pauline Drive. And in 2014, we built our first branch in Hanover on Eisenhower Drive. Throughout our growth, we've continued to support the city through partnerships with Eventive by making sure that traditions like the York Halloween Parade, the July 4 York continue, and new traditions like Festivice Ice Festival on Beaver Street are able to grow and support our citizens and attract new visitors to our great city. Thanks, Nate Tile and Adam Nugent. What a great partnership and what fun it's been to create excitement downtown. We've also supported the strategic direction of downtown York along the way, and obviously now look to be a neighbor and a real downtown supporter and advocate. And Better York, who's done a lot of tremendous things, working with them and just numerous other nonprofit organizations that have been so vital to our city and our future. But something was missing. We long to have a physical presence in the city, as I know many of you have. We've been actively searching for the right location in downtown York for a number of years. In fact, it started with Kevin Schreiber when he worked for the city, right, Kevin? He had me in the car, he had me by his side. We were walking and driving all over the place to look for that ultimate right location for the bank. And when Kevin went on to serve in the House of Representatives, he passed that baton on to Ben Chiro of York to continue that search. Ben ultimately helped connect us with Dylan Bauer of our SDC. On August the 8th, we finalized the lease. With Dylan's leadership and a great partnership with Gary Gilbert Jr. of Apple Retail Properties, we brought it together, and we want to thank both of you very much. As many of you know, I retired as the CEO at the start of this year, handing over the day-to-day reins to the very capable Gene Dragnoski, great friend, great strategic partner, and the CEO that's driving our organization today. I can tell you that nothing has given me more satisfaction in my career than to stand here on this corner today as the chairman of the board and make this announcement with Gene. I truly consider it to be the capstone of my career. As a strong local bank committed to the community, the downtown is important to us because it's important to York, and it's now a great privilege for us to be even a more impactful player in it. Thanks for coming this morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Tuesday in downtown York. Thank you so very much, Gene and Mike, for your announcement. I am honored and thrilled to welcome York Traditions Bank, a long-standing banking institution built on solid traditional values, into our bustling, historic downtown city of York. And a lot goes on this corner. I mean, we're listening and watching a whole lot of activity, sir. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you again. I remember Kevin coming back from all those long drives, and I'm like, did you get him? Did you get him? So this is very, very exciting. You have maintained a steadfast relationship with us in the city of York, as you mentioned, from the events to other activities, and I'm just grateful for that. And I look forward to continuing to work together and making York a great place to continue to live, work, and play with you. Congratulations and thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Wouldn't you know, it would be a bank that would have to get all of us out here, somebody that's that deals with money. On behalf of York County, I'd like to thank York Traditions Bank. They are a community bank. They have supported not only the city, but the county and the nonprofits for 15 years, and we are thrilled to have you downtown. And I am personally thrilled because now I can walk to the bank instead of having to decide, okay, do I go to the East York branch? Do I go to the South York branch? Now I can walk to my bank. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
All right, how's everyone doing today? This is an awesome day. So I just want to say thank you all for turning out. What a heck of a turnout. I hope York Traditions, I hope you are feeling the love today, because obviously we are all here to support this great announcement. It gives me great pride and honor, Mayor, to say we got him. We got him. 10 years later, but we did get it. Mike is a man of his word, ladies and gentlemen. It really is an honor to be here because of that fact, Mike. I mean, so many times, as everyone in this crowd knows, any type of city redevelopment or revitalization, it's a long process. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and sometimes you have your peaks and valleys. But throughout that entire course of our 10-year history that I had started taking those tours with Mike, Mike had consistently said they will have a presence in downtown York. They will have a presence in downtown York. It took a little bit longer than all would like, but we are here at the most perfect intersection for them, that someday we will be referring to this, as Yorkers tend to do, as the old York Traditions building. So we're so grateful to have you here. I'll just be the first to say, if anyone's hashtagging this press conference, you can go ahead and hashtag it. I'll just say this, hashtag bout time. So for anyone that has not put their money with York Traditions yet because you're waiting for the downtown branch, and I know there's some of you in this audience, JJ, go ahead and sign up to open your account, create your account with York Traditions now. It is really important, perhaps, that you waited, and perhaps that was fate. In an era that has had unparalleled challenges for the banking industry on a national and a community level, York Traditions Bank, you continue to eschew all of those challenges. You continue to chart your own destiny forward, and you continue to be that most important community bank and that vital link to our downtown and to our city. It's not that you've not been a stranger to the city. We know that you all are true fans, and this is just one more example of that. So for that, we are forever grateful. And maybe it is important that you did wait and you did take the time, and that you could not have foreseen the economic challenges that we would have had, because now you do have the most perfect location in downtown York. And you are stepping into a city that is just bursting with excitement and activity. So what better opportunity today than to celebrate York Traditions Bank and the culmination of many years of effort that, as my career may have dipped and turned and taken different paths, we pass the baton over to Ben Chiro, who I'll send this microphone to now, and he can talk about the continued effort. So thank you, York Traditions, congratulations, and thanks everyone for coming out today.
Morning, everyone. So I'm standing here before you in really two different capacities. First, I've been a member of York Traditions Young Professionals Council for the past 2.5 years. And then second, obviously, working with them as a site selector and real estate advisor over approximately the same period of time. The roles were drastically different, but there's one prevalent commonality between the two, and that's energy. At the Young Professionals Council, there was always overwhelming energy at each meeting when the agenda item came up that was focused on branch expansion, and particularly on a downtown branch. We spent significant time vetting out potential locations and getting perspectives from each member on the pros and cons of each location in order to really understand a boots on the ground perspective from existing customers. This included a mapping exercise that goes back, I believe, over 4 years ago now, where a Young Professionals focus group walked up and put pinpoints on a map at the Rev Stadium, deciding where they'd like to see their branch go when it ultimately happens. So then also over the last 2.5 years, from a real estate perspective, I and a few other very valued members of the ROC team spent countless hours mapping out and analyzing customer data, traffic patterns, competition, and economic growth, along with members from York Traditions' senior leadership team. At first, it was mainly focused on growth opportunities outside of the city and surrounding submarkets. However, about 2 years ago, that focus shifted to York City, and I could feel the energy building amongst the senior leadership at York Traditions. We started by conducting a walking tour of downtown to review the overall development activity that was completed, in process, or in the pipeline. This helped to develop a more comprehensive discussion about potential locations as they relate to downtown foot traffic, employers, entertainment anchors, residential growth, and other major economic development activity. During the walking tour, I was overwhelmed with text messages and emails from people that saw us walking around the city together. I believe I had somewhere between 10 and 15 text messages and emails over the course of 1 hour, all of which were filled with excitement and energy, asking if York Traditions was coming downtown. Again, you could feel that energy building. So we spent the next year and a half finalizing our research and narrowing down the site selection process. Fortunately, at the beginning of 2016, we had worked with Royal Square to secure control of the building at 100 North George Street, and we knew that this would make a great location for York Traditions. Earlier this year, we entered into formal negotiations with RSDC and their partners and secured the lease, as you know. So before I turn it over to Dylan, I just want to say that I'm proud and honored to have worked with Mike, Gene, John, and the rest of the leadership team at York Traditions, as well as Dylan and Josh Hankey and Gary Gilbert to put this together. And I look forward to seeing this space make a positive transition in the very near future. Thanks.
Good morning. Last night I got an email from Suzanne that said, put some notes together, you're going to talk to a crowd. And I thought, this is easy. I've worked with York Traditions since 2004. They gave me my first loan. And I think that, in a sense, got me here to be able to talk to you. That loan got my first ice cream truck. I opened at Santa Central Market. I met people that led me to Rock, where I worked with Ben Shiro. My first week, Ben took me on a walking tour. We walked up this block, and I distinctly recall him pointing certain things out, and this building stood out to me. Why is this building a Liberty tax? We need tax credits, we need bail bonds, but why this dynamic corner? Subsequently, after Rock, I teamed up with Josh Hankey at Royal Square, and Josh and Gary Gilbert had a conversation about the same thing. Why? We devised a plan, and we were able to obtain control of the building. It was exciting and a challenge because this is a corner that is very dynamic. It's like the secondary square to York. And when we learned the interest from York Traditions, it was exciting. And working with Gary and the team, we put together what we thought was a great time for the next 15 years to have a community and partner bank. It's something I just constantly think of with Traditions is community and partnership. And that's, every time you hear that, you think of Traditions. So I'm thrilled to be here. I think the momentum is awesome. The crowd is great. People are driving by saying, what's going on? And that's constant now in downtown. It's exciting. So I love that we're about to take this next step and have a new anchor in downtown, the York Traditions Bank. Thank you.
Well, thank you to all our speakers and all our supporters. And at this point, we'd be happy to take any questions from the press, followed by questions from any of our guests. That's a good sign then. Mayor Bracey's telling me we're done, so she's giving me the hook. Okay, well, thank you again for coming out. I just wanted to mention that listening to our customers is a critical part of what we do. We're going to put a survey out on our website. If you have an opportunity, we'd love to have your feedback in terms of the products and services that you'd like to see that are important to you in the downtown community. And again, thank you for coming out this morning. Take care.